Hello everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim Mod 5 video. You join us again on the Blackpool branches route. We've been doing this for quite a bit recently, but it's good. And we're going to be taking a trek down the Blackpool South branch line today. So we just need to set up the pacer, so we're getting the destination up to Blackpool South, Blackpool S, there we go. Let's hop in. I've set up a few things already, so we need to do the lights still. We'll get the destination light on, and that's already on as well. So we're all ready to go once we get the signal and the time. There's a 47 over there. Where's that going? Somewhere over there. Cool. Oh, what is that for? Light. It's a light loco, isn't it? Yeah. Coming around onto that. Cool. Right, and we got the road. There you go. Let's get the door shut. So we're all stops apart from Salwick. So I mean, not a lot of stops there. And we are off. Cool. So Kirkham and Wesham, sort of the big gap on the journey. And we're in the BR Provincial livery as well for this one. Sort of the nice blue livery. Almost like the default livery, I suppose. But looks good. There we go, out of Preston. There's the Just Trains crew up there. Cool. Every time I come on this route, same with West Coast Mainline Overshap, there's always something different to just look at and go, whoa, that's cool. It always impresses me, this route. I think also because most of the assets on here aren't reused. Well, there's a few which I think are reused from other routes, and most of them are just all new. So you sort of play some of the other routes where you see lots of the same assets over and over, and you come onto this and it's all different. It's like, whoa. So yeah, lovely to see. Let's do a little brake test. Working fine. We did have a double yellow at the top, we're now on a green. Let's go full whack. Up to 35. Here comes another one in the GMPTE livery. So I'm trying to think of the stops we've got. We've got Kirkham and Wesham, Moss Side, Lytham, St Anne's on the Sea, Squires Gate. I think there's another one somewhere in there, and then Blackpool South. It's time to take us 38 minutes. So it's a slightly shorter service because most of the time the services to Blackpool South come up from Ormskirk, which is like another 30 minutes south of Preston. But this one appears to start at Preston because as it's early morning. Probably up to 75, I think it said it was. Let's get a little flyby shot. Is it already bouncing up and down? That's all these trains were notorious for. It's the bounciness. And this route is set in 1986 as well. Cool. So a backdated route, although a good backdated route. So it's all the backdated routes are pretty good. Apart, well, West Cornwall Local's a bit like meh, but that's okay. See the highlights being. So as I say, the best backdated routes are probably Northern Transpennine, Blackpool branches, and West Coast Mainline Overshap. There's an Northern Transpennon, even though that is 5-6 years old, still is a pretty good looking route for its age. Yeah, I like it. I like the Northern Transpennon. Or single yellow. Something's in the way at Salwick. Signal is sort of protecting Salwick. So we've got the a little freight movement, essentially. Nice and slow. Here's a question: as we are coming up to Salwick, has anyone ever done the service which stops at Salwick? I think there's like one or two a day. Let's have a look actually on the here we are, yeah, Salwick 1717 and 757. So a few going towards Blackpool, but not many going the other way. So we got a green now. Just wait until we're a little bit closer to that. Yeah, that's the top aspect, so let's go. So whatever was in the way, which I think it was the freight service into the Salwick industrial area, that's now out of the way, so we can go back up to line speed. Where speed limits on the Blackpool South branch, always forget them. Always forget them. Well, I don't think they don't change much. I think it's like 35 across the level crossing at Moss Side, and there's like a 55 between Kirkham and Wesham and Moss Side. What else? I don't know, I think there's a 55 near Lytham. There's just like a fairly sharp corner. My head sways at 200%, so we do sway an awful lot. It's sort of more realistic to have it at 200%. As in general, I mean, having been at the front of a train, back of a train in the cab before, they rock a lot. More than, let's say, even if you're standing up on the train. Most of the time you just sat down, you don't really feel it as much, but yeah, they rock around a lot. So get your head sway up to 200%, makes it more realistic. Here's Salwick. If we can spot the freight service, I think we've actually done this one before as well. 31 on it. Oh, there it is there. Well, at least when we did it, I think we did it in a 31. Make some tea tankers. No, 47. Yeah, we did it in a 31. Absolute top speed. Past Salwick. We're coasting now. So not too much further to Kirkham and Wesham. All the cows are sitting down, or most of the cows are sitting down. It's going to rain. There's like one of those, like, I don't know if it's a myth or if it's actually, it probably is real. When you see cows are sitting down, like, you know, a fair few of them, I think it usually is a sort of sign it's going to rain. Again, I don't know if that's like a proper, I don't know if it's more of a myth or actually, but you know, tend to see it. The next station stop is Kirkham and Wesham. Kirkham and Wesham. quite a distinctive accent, isn't it? That sort of northwest Blackpool sort of accent. Because I think Tom, who's doing this already,
will shortly be arriving at Kirkham and Wesham.
Yeah, Just Trains. I think it's Tom who does the audio announcements on here. I think he's from Blackpool or Fleetwood. That's that sort of area. It's quite a distinctive accent. Down here. So I think it comes down to 30 or 40. Well, I know it's 30 going across the points here. As we go at 40, and if we see if 30, is the 30 pointing to the right? Yeah, it is, yeah. So we shall go at 40, which I believe is our limit. 45 actually. Even better. Well, this is Kirkham and Wesham here anyway. And after this we then go down the branch, which is quite bouncy. And single track as well. Single track all of the way. Sure makes it, gives it that charm. I wonder what drivers thought of the Pacers when they first got introduced. As well, these would have replaced like the 101s and stuff like that. I wonder if drivers preferred these over the old trains. I mean, you'd assume so. Cool, and we're on time here, which is nice. So yeah, Moss Side after this. Moss Side, Lytham, oh, Annes and Fairhaven, that's the one. St Anne's on the Sea, Squires getting Blackpool South. Yeah, Annes and Fairhaven, that's the one we forgot. I think that's an island platform as well, or ex-island platform. Right, we've got the road. Let's get the door shut. Don't really need the destination on the back. If you see it on the back, you miss the train. Lovely train though. Good old Pacer. And the Pacer is native to this route. So if you want the Pacer on West Coast Main Line, Overshap, you need this route. But if you haven't got this route, it is 100% well worth it. And if you get it on sale, I mean, even better. It is a very impressive route. Right, and we'll get ready for the 30 as we lurch off to Blackpool South or onto the branch. There we go. So that will take us up to Blackpool North, but no. Going this way, let's get a little shot as well. A very similar shot to I think the last time we went down the branch line. In fact, probably actually the same. Let's get that. And I want like that as well. Cool. Round we go. There's the Cat Ace comes join us as well. So Moss Side's a bit of a distance away, not 7 miles away, but a bit of a distance, so we can speed it up. Yeah, Preston it comes down to 55 further along. Goes on, well, this is PS5, but I can feel like the vibrations in the controller every time I get the click clack, which is sort of a nice extra thing. We're going uphill a bit here. It certainly looks like it. We're struggling with our speed a bit. Come on, train, over the hill. So basically you can't even speed up, so you literally get up to about 55 and then there's the 55, so that's easy. So you've got a bit of a curly bit. Curly bit. Curly, curvy, whatever. Back up to 70. I was about to get a flyby shot there, so I'm glad I didn't. That usually happens where I end up getting a flyby shot, then the speed will go back up and it'll be like, has it come back up yet? A little misty in the board. It shouldn't be too much further to Moss Side. And it usually sort of comes up quite quickly. Slightly late for braking for it. There's a dilly little stop as well, there's not really much at Moss Side. So looks like it coming up now. It should be soon. Yeah, there it is, just round here. Right around this curve here. And yeah, down to 35, I believe. Yeah, 35. Now this is Moss Side. Crossing barriers here, so I think that's probably why it's fairly low, the limit across it. Sort of guess when we're in the platform, so let's stop here. Moss Side. Yeah. Not too bad. We could have stopped a bit further back, but I mean, that's perfectly fine. Still on time. Come on, last one on. There we go. And leave them next. What was it? 357 is like the power you've got to do on these trains. What you should try and follow. 70 again. then yeah, some point along here comes down to I think 50 or 55. But let's get another shot in the sun here if we can. Sort of go down to sort of the coast, was it the coast, and then sort of follow it along to Blackpool South. So sort of less direct than going to Blackpool North, but you just go straight around and into it. Sort of tuck round first. And once we get to Lytham, all of the stations from there are fairly close to one another. So it becomes quite sort of built up, the area. You get that first corner there, then I think is it in the second one? It comes down to 50. Again, the last time we would have driven this branch would have been the last time we did a video on it, so that was, I think that was TSW4. Double check. The 50 board. Surely it can't be 70 round that corner there. That was pretty tight round that one. That's here. Really? Yeah, when was the last time we did that? I think it was down the branch, that was what the video was called. Which was literally a year ago. I mean actually bang on a year ago as of recording this, that video went out. So probably the last time I came down here. Unless I've done it before that. Wow, it's really been that long? Well, surely it can't be a year. That's weird, like bang on a year since when I'm recording this, since that video premiered. There it is, Lytham. Sort of stop down by the footbridge at this one. Yeah, there's no stop markers on these old routes. I mean, actually, no, I tell a lie, I think there is like one or two at a couple of stops. But for the most part, you sort of just guess when you're in the platform and like, where you want to stop, really. So here's perfect. Well, this is Lytham again on time. That long ago. See, Blackpool branches. And good to go already. Right, let's go. Hang on. Oh, it might not have been that long ago actually. No, that's that branch line. We did a video back in November, but I think that was going to Ormskirk. So what was the last time we went? See, I think it would have been. Yeah, I think it was April last year, the last time we came down here. mad, that. I mean, that is mad how quick that's gone. It's weird. It's gone too quick. So, well, good to be back on it. And this route released in, was it November 2023? So it's still a relatively new route to the game in the grand scheme of things. You know, when some routes are like 7 years old, this one is, well, actually more than that. Some are, well, Sandpat's grade, that's 2016. So that's 9 years old. So this one being a year and a half old, it's not that old. The Great Western Express, that was what, 2017? I think same with Rapid Transit. That's what's an Annes and Fairhaven coming up to. Cool. Here we are again, sort of guess when we're in the platform. So just keeping it in step 2 and we'll just come to a stop. That's step 1. That should be okay, hopefully. Yep. We're only 2 coaches, so it's fairly straightforward to guess when we're in the platform. And you out already? The guards are giving us the buzz, so we're all good to go. So we set the reverse of that is, there we go. Yeah, it's sort of an old island platform. This obviously once upon a time was double, but not anymore. And still to this day, I think it's still single track along here. So I think this line originally went up into Blackpool Central. As I think, yeah, this sort of went up, you can see it sort of went up to sort of Blackpool Central here. Then you had the other line which came off here, which then went across and joined up to it. Of course, no more. And there's a new station on this line in real life, which I think is the Mastery Reward. To see it under construction is Blackpool Pleasure Beach railway station. I just never do the Mastery, so we don't see that. Bump our way along. We're getting there. It's been 29 minutes. It should be about another sort of 8 minutes, and we'll be at Blackpool South. Here we are. Cool. This one's basically like it looks like a station which is just falling apart. Keep it in step 2, whack it to step 1 in a second.
The next stop is Squires Gate.
Yeah, Squires Gate, the next one. Let's get another shot here actually. Get one on this side as well. Bit of photo mode action. Cool. Are you getting on? Yeah. Right, let's get the door shut. Squires Gate near Blackpool South. Cool. One of the cooler stations along here is this one. Right, let's go. Line there as well. Does it actually go? It does go down. There as well. If you want to show. Oh no, that doesn't go all the way down. Yeah, no gangway on this one, so no walking free. Let's get a shot from the signal box. There's quite a lot of the signal boxes on this route are modelled. Look at that. It's just fantastic. This one's an abandoned one. There's the old map of the station. In better times. Right, there's a golf course coming up as well, which we'll go through. And then Squires Gate. Sort of at the end of the screen. Cool. There's all the sand dunes over there, then there's the sea. And here's the golf course, we're just going through the middle of. Squires Gate. Quite a bleak platform. Not a lot to it. Anyone go on holiday to Blackpool? It's probably more. Well, again, like most seaside towns, it probably was more a popular destination. You know, back when this is set, back in sort of the 80s or so, when domestic tourism was much more apparent. Whereas nowadays, I mean, quite frankly, you could either go to Ibiza on the plane for like probably a lot cheaper than going to Blackpool. Which, I mean, you know, from seeing news and stuff on it, doesn't seem to be the nicest of places anymore. As with most of the resort towns in the UK, they're all just, well, not low on cash nowadays, and in disrepair. And here we are. Cool. It's like down my way in the southeast, you've got old resort towns like Bognor Regis, which still gets a fair amount of tourism, but mostly because there's a big Butlins there. But sort of the town itself, not nice anymore. Worthing, massive crime issue there. That sort of used to be quite a oh, it's one of the collectibles that are quite a popular destination. Hastings, again, popular but in disrepair and rough. Eastbourne, another one. Then you got Brighton, which Brighton still okay, but not probably as good as it was. So it's the same story for most sort of seaside town resorts. You know, once had their heyday back when domestic tourism was much bigger than it is, at least for going to the seaside. But now, yeah, in decline. I suppose for a lot of people, say if you live in Manchester, it's either the option of, say, a 2-hour flight to Spain or whatever, or a 2-hour, 3-hour train journey to Blackpool. One's guaranteed good weather, one not so much. They got a Blackpool Pleasure Beach coming up. Love little personal touches to this route, though. And there's the Pleasure Beach. Oh, hello, what the hell's going on with the trees? Why are all the trees like falling onto the track? That was weird. To Blackpool South, which is a fairly small little station. Well, it's just, yeah, you'll see it, it's not really much to it really. I mean, everything else around it's just gone. This is just round this corner here. Don't have to worry about any sort of TPWS on this. I suppose it used to be a much more important station with, I think, the other line up to Blackpool Central. But now, yeah, literally just this. One platform and everything else is just sort of a building site. And all of sort of this part of the platform's all overgrown and in disrepair. Long platform though. And again, this is the 80s, we don't have to worry about TPWS because there isn't any. There we go, that is Blackpool South. Well, hopefully everyone's enjoyed it. Links can be found in all of the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch. So this probably fairly quickly goes back to either Preston or Ormskirk. Apart from that, see you all and take care. Bye guys.